Hi, I'm the Castle Connoisseur, and today we're looking at Chateau de Terme, France. This fortified castle was built in the 11th century by the Lords of Terme. It was built on a rocky outcrop 470 metres up and is completely surrounded by deep ravines. These small bumps on the outside of the tower were actually designed to prevent siege ladders from being able to reach the walls because of its uneven surface. Raymond de Terme was a Cathar lord of the castle, and you guessed it, Simon de Montfort was hot on his heels. During the Albigensian Crusade, Simon de Montfort laid siege to the castle. They besieged the castle for 4 months, from August to November 1210. The Crusaders built wooden siege engines, mangonels and trebuchets to hurl stones against the wall. They also created a blockade around the castle. The castle had a cistern but slowly started to diminish during the siege. This is a beautiful example of what would have been a vaulted ceiling. This would have been the keep, standing at about 20 metres high with 3 stories. Like all castles, it's the heart of the fortress. No nice archulate today because it's on the ground, but it's still nice. Later in the siege of 1210, the defenders were in terrible shape and the water supplies were empty. Raymond de Terme was negotiating with Simon de Montfort for surrendering the next day, but that night it rained and refilled the cistern. The next morning, when Simon de Montfort's envoys came to take possession of the fort, they were met with a hail of arrows. Unfortunately, the water then became contaminated and they were forced to surrender as a result of dysentery. The entrance of the castle, much like many mountain forts, is protected by a zigzag approach, forcing attackers to expose their sides and every other part of them. Raymond was taken prisoner and sent to Carcassonne, but the garrison and civilian population were massacred or enslaved. Classic Simon de Montfort. These outer walls gave defenders an elevating firing platform for archers and crossbowmen, especially along the north sections, to fire down upon the enemy. The outer walls had 4 square towers, and the donjon, or the keep, was acting as a 5th. It was noted that the Crusaders were having a really hard time with these towers because the towers kept raining down stones, rocks, anything they had on the besiegers. Square towers are good, but round towers are better, both for deflecting missiles and angles of attack or defense, whichever way you want to look at it. The foundations of walls and towers are also incredibly important for sapping, as we discussed in the last post. It's the undermining of the walls. The foundation of this castle is solid limestone, so there's little to no chance of that happening. This is a lovely example of an indoor floor of a medieval area or workspace. You can tell because the cobbles are almost upright instead of flat down. And this is the area of the infamous cistern, both the success and failure of the castle. The only way to access these mountain castles were through long zigzagging pathways all the way up to the main gate. Those paths are clearly visible from any part of the tower or castle. This has been Chateau de Terme, and I've been the Castle Connoisseur. Thank you!